All right, so we got some stuff here that we need to work on. Okay, is we're I like your position here, but one thing that I need you to do, see the upper back. You can sort of tell that your shoulders are not pulled back. We really want you to slide your scaps down and back. So really like try to pull your chest through your arms in the setup, and that's going to allow your legs and your hips to get loaded with the weight. So right now you're sort of standing there, your hands are grabbing the bar, but nothing's really connected to it. Pull your shoulders back and get your chest big and feel that weight in your legs. That way you can see where it's balanced on your foot. Okay, so as we initiate this lift, I think just the lack of tension and the scaps not being back in the setup is why this happens. But we just get some arm tension. And, I hope you're not targeting the hip for the clean, because we just don't need to do that. We need our arms to be slacked out and just let that bar come into like mid, upper, mid thigh, and we can drive it from there. So, again, we have to start with the setup, because if that's not where it needs to be, then we can't expect things to happen the way we want them to the rest of the way. So, if we're not in that correct balanced position, we don't have our chest through our shoulders and our back set tight, we can't really expect to keep our arms slacked out. So it's going to throw off our balance here. So it's hard to tell, if this is, just you thinking you need it in the hip, or if it's just a byproduct of needing tension from being a little out of position. But just really lock in on that setup. Like I said, pull the shoulders down and back, get your chest through the shoulders, and then make sure you're balanced on the ankle. Make sure you just get those hips down and feel some weight in your legs before you initiate the lift. And then what that's going to do is that's going to keep you over the bar in extension, and it's going to clean up this bar crash right here. So you see this gap. This bar is really far away from you forward, but it's also like above you as well. So as that bar comes down and towards you, you just have to absorb a lot more force than had you just met the bar. Okay, so this is just efficiency, and the more efficient we get, the more weight we can put on the barbell. So all that starts in the setup. You can drill that without even lifting weight, just completely still. Okay, so now in the jerk, is just a little bit forward, and the reason is this dip. Okay, you can see how far into the front of the foot this dip is, right? You see how the angle at the ankle's like really steep. You can even see like the feet sort of shift off flat into toe. Okay, the reason we've got those big hard heels on our shoes is because we want to aim through our ankle. Okay, so we need to keep the weight back and just dip right into the ankle and go vertical from there. We can't let the weight slide forward in our feet. Okay, so that's just going to be on you, making sure you're stacked and you know exactly where the weight is in your foot here, and then you just control that dip. You just smooth. You take it vertically straight into the ankle. We don't allow our hips and our shoulders to move in space, right? Once they're aligned, they maintain alignment through the entire dip and drive. But I think you're just allowing the weight to get dipped into the midfoot, to get dipped into the toe. You're just not necessarily thinking about where do I need to dip the weight, like what part of my foot do I need to balance in this. So if you can just think about your ankle, then I think we can clean this up. But see how the back leg's a little long, weight's a little bit forward. You've got a little bit of an angle here on the front leg from the ankle to the knee, right? So that's just telling me your front foot heavy, the bar's a little bit out in front. And just when that back hip, when it's not underneath you, the body has a really hard time staying stacked. So we're going to be a lot stronger if we can just dip through the ankle and get a little more balance in our split position here. All right.